The bitterly cold weather is also being blamed as thousands of commuters were delayed tonight on one of the busiest GO lines. There were several cancellations and delays on the Lakeshore East line today, and it's all because of decades-old infrastructure.
It's very frustrating for me because I'm coming all the way from the east of Toronto.
I pretty much rely on commuting using GO train and TTC, and when there's a delay, it can be very frustrating sometimes. Well, most of the times, actually.
It's understandable that it's cold, but it's frustrating because it's happened the last 3 days in a row, in the morning and the evening commute. So it's definitely frustrating.
As explained by commuters inside the York Concourse this evening, this work week has been full of delays during both the morning and evening rush hour. Tonight's delay and multiple cancellations on the Lakeshore East line are being blamed on a track switch problem east of the Guildwood GO that just couldn't handle the bitter cold. But Metrolink says things will be back on track by the morning. At one point, delays were reported to be as long as 1 hour.
This is a 30-year-old piece of infrastructure, and it just really, when you have infrastructure that old, it really just can't cope well with this type of extreme weather that we're seeing.
Why isn't there more done to prepare for days like today?
We've invested heavily in our rail infrastructure. This is a very specific issue to this particular switch.
Can this problem happen again?
So this is a 30-year-old switch, so we're going to be replacing the switch just like we've done throughout our network. We have hundreds of kilometers of track. Our operations teams have seen the payback in terms of that investment and replacing all of that aging infrastructure, and we haven't seen nearly as many switch problems and delays as a result of that.
This associate professor at Ted Rogers School of Management says designing a foolproof track system that can withstand any extreme weather conditions can be costly and unrealistic, adding it may not benefit all parties.
For us to assume that we can have a surface transit that is rail, that would be free of interruptions, it's too much to ask. It has to be much more expensive. You have to order locomotives that operate at minus 30, minus 40, minus 50 degrees, and then you have to have the companion cars that would also work in those conditions. At the same time, and I think the bigger issue, is the ownership of the track. The track is owned by freight companies who may not need that kind of high-speed performance under extreme weather conditions that VIA and GO would require.
The delay on the Lakeshore East train has been reduced to 15 minutes, but it's possible that there may be more cancellations to come.